Hi and welcome to my channel, and welcome to a video about my favourite 3-lens kit. Let's get into it. I have a particular way of approaching choosing lenses when I'm going to carry a compact kit. This is something that I pretty much developed when I was shooting theatre, and I used to carry 3 lenses, 3 prime lenses, and I still prefer to do this rather than carrying a zoom. A zoom sometimes is handy, and I've got a 28-85, but I actually prefer to carry focal lengths from 24mm to 85mm as primes, because they're a compact little package I can put together in a camera bag, and it covers pretty much all eventualities. Plus, nearly always with these primes, they have much larger maximum apertures than a zoom would have. So in horrible English winter weather, which is what we currently have, you are far more able to cope with the light and to use high enough shutter speeds that you don't have to carry a tripod. And if you're out for a little bit of a walk, without fussing too much, you don't really want to be bothered with carrying a tripod. So what I did to illustrate this was I took my trusty Nikon F4 and I took the 50mm f1.8 pancake lens, the E series. I took the 24mm autofocus. That's not a D series, that's just the ordinary one. And I took the Samyang 85mm f1.4 that I reviewed a couple of episodes back. And I went for a walk along the Thames embankment from the O2 Arena all the way through to the Thames Barrier. You know, for those who don't know London, the Thames Barrier is this technological marvel which swings a flood defence right across the Thames if the tides are too high, and basically stops an awful lot of us Londoners having to swim for it. Fantastic walk, but it was very, very dull, and most of the time I was shooting wide open. I'm going to show you some results from that, and then on the end of that I'm going to tag on some that I shot the week before, because to be honest, I shot most on the 24 and the 85 on the towpath, and I didn't use the 50mm a great deal. So I shot a few more the other day with the 50mm, and I'll put those on at the end of that for you to have a look at. They're all shot in and around the Thames estuary, so they've all got a kind of common theme. So let's get into that. as you can see from the last colour image, it's very, very handy to have the mirrorless camera that you're shooting video on all ready to snap a quick colour image if something presents itself. The hire bike bobbing gently in the Thames was quite a nice image, so I thought I'd stick that on the end there. So yeah, for years I have been starting at 24mm in lenses for full frame 35mm, using 24, 50 and sometimes 85, sometimes 100, mostly 85. I tend to prefer 85s, slightly bigger maximum aperture usually. I also use this approximate doubling of focal length for 120 roll film. I use the 55, the 80 and the 180 for the Mamiya C330. It's not exactly doubling, but it's close. And 3-lens compact kits, very handy when you're talking about medium format. I also use exactly the same thing with large format, usually 3-lens kits. For 5.4 here, I use the 90mm, 150 and 210. And while I'm on the subject of large format, I have actually prepared a freebie for you. I have produced an ebook, and this is a guide for people interested in maybe dipping their toes into large format. It contains, I think, the kernel of information that you're likely to need, and links to my various YouTube videos, some helpful tips and tricks. And this is absolutely free. It is on my new Patreon page. Again, that's the other piece of interesting news, along with my my monikered cup, which or mug rather, my mug on a mug. And yeah, Patreon, please go over there, and it's absolutely free to download the ebook. You don't need to sign up or anything like that because it's on the public page. But if while you're there you feel like signing up and helping to support me in producing this content, then I'll be obviously only too happy. Lots of interesting things coming up, more ebooks, more videos and some longer videos, and I shall be doing some more DIY. I'll be producing a 5x4 reducing back for this half plate Thornton Pickard, and a whole bunch of other stuff which I'm really looking forward to getting into. So if you've enjoyed this video, then please give us a like. It really makes a difference to the channel, and the subscribers are growing all the time, and I'm super pleased at that. If you like what you see, then please subscribe. Think about going over and having a look at my Patreon page. There'll be more stuff on it soon. And you take care and keep taking pictures.